As we are all aware of, wearing face masks in public places has been made mandatory since the 1st of August 2020 by the Malaysian government to try and put a stop to COVID-19. And while larger businesses around the world have been making face coverings, Truelifesciences, a pharmaceutical-based company, steps forward with an innovative face mask solution with a concern of how disposable face masks might be the beginning of a new type of pollution. Here we have Joe, founder of Truelifesciences, to share his thoughts on the idea behind AIR-PUR Face Mask. Hi Joe, thank you for joining us today. Firstly, could you let us know, from a pharmaceutical company, how did you get the idea to create and design your own face mask? Everybody is trying to make their own face mask at home. However, these homemade face masks might not be meeting the criteria of the World Health Organization. So it is best to get a fabric face mask with good qualities.
We understand that customers are looking at a higher value of things that they can buy. We saw that there was a shortage of disposable masks, but when we had stocks coming in, the level of quality of the masks that came in were not to the standard. So we wanted to maintain a brand that gives that quality. All right, so we came up with our own AIR-PUR mask that is compliant with the WHO, and also looking at the environment. Okay, Malaysia, we have 35 million population, and based on the news that I read in July, it's around 10 million pieces a day. All right, so that's how much mask is being thrown every day. It's not because that we throw it, we don't use it. It's because you need to use it to protect yourself. But that is how many people that is been using this disposable mask daily. So imagine now with the school opening, the numbers will just double up more, and this will continue on until we're not sure how long. Okay, so that is something which the numbers is very large. So if we can come up with a mask that you can use 30 times or even 50 times, okay, so 1 year you only need 12 pieces of mask compared to 365 pieces in 1 year. All right, so that's why we came up with this design that is reusable. You can wash it and wear it again and again. Okay, so that's when AIR-PUR is being introduced to the market.
What was the reaction you got from your business partner when you told them the idea of creating this face mask?
Most of them will say that mask is just something that people wear and throw. But they were not looking from the point of view where, on the environment side, where you can know that everybody will using the mask once a day. Sometimes you use 2 masks in a day and you start to throw it away. So we were focusing on something that you can reuse and something that is more environmentally friendly. But because we have immunity products, so if the customer takes immunity products, you need hand sanitizers, and also for the facial mask also.
Yep.
So that is why we went into facial masks.
Now that many people are concerned whether or not they should be wearing cloth or fabric face masks, worried that it might not stop the spread of COVID-19. Being the person behind AIR-PUR Face Mask, what are your thoughts on its effectiveness towards N95 respirators or surgical face mask?
That's a question which everybody keep asking me. Basically, N95 in surgical masks, this mask has been used for protection. But before we go into masks, let's understand the reason why people wear masks. Okay, previously when you wear masks is to protect yourself as a person. You don't want any small particles to go into your breathing and go to your lungs. So that's why you wear masks. Sometimes you go to a place which is very dusty, you wear mask. Sometimes when you're cleaning something that a lot of dust, you wear mask. So that was the reason of why people were using masks. Okay, but now with the COVID-19, the person who wears, okay, if the person is healthy, he is protecting himself from the external influenza germs that's in the market. not only for COVID-19, any other germs that has been there. And you also have people who having this cough, sneezing and talking, where your saliva transmit to another person. So it's good to wear a mask to protect. Okay, so that is the basic requirement of a mask. All right. But when you compare N95 and the surgical mask, of course, these two masks are designed into a very high scale, where you wear N95 in a very dusty place. A surgical mask was meant to be used in the hospital, where you are treating patients with all kind of diseases. You use surgical mask. Okay, but we are looking at a mask where you can wear outside, that you can go out freely walking around everywhere, but you want to protect yourself from any germs that's in the air to come into your system. All right. So for us to compare on an apple to apple is very far. Okay, but depends on the purpose. Like today, if I go to the bank, which is the green zone, I don't need to wear a surgical mask because it's a green zone. So I just wear a mask to protect myself, where if I talk, my saliva or when I sneeze will not, because today if you sneeze, people get so worried when you are sneezing. Last time people say bless you, but now people don't say bless you anymore. All right.
We know that many people are currently making their own face masks. What distinguishes your face mask from the one that are sold in the market?
Okay, when you talk about mask, it depends very much on the material that is being used. Okay, N95 and surgical masks, like what you have mentioned, these masks have high filtration. That means the filtration is very, very high, where small particles can go through, where bigger particles cannot go through. All right. But before we go into this, what you call by the layer of protection, first you have to understand what you're protecting for. Okay. If you see, we had Ebola many years ago, and the size of the virus for Ebola is 1 micron. Okay. Then, if you see like smallpox, that's why smallpox it can be transmitted. Smallpox is around 0.5 micron. It gets smaller compared to Ebola. Okay, but now with Corona, which will be called by COVID-19 coronavirus, is 0.125 micron. I mean smaller. So of course, N95 and surgical mask has that filtration for this kind of virus. Okay, but people are using their fabric mask now that they use. Of course, we want to know what kind of standards do they use. Do they use only cotton? Because cotton is woven, and the particle holes is bigger, right? So if you are wearing a fabric mask that has filter built-in inside, you are protected, but you're not at 99% or 97%, but you are still protected. But of course, you don't wear this fabric mask to treat patients. You just wear just to protect yourself from the outside environment. Okay. For AIR-PUR, and you could see AIR-PUR, we are using an anti-microbial facial mask. Okay, we have done this based on the WHO guidelines. Okay, earlier when we did this mask, we did not have a guideline. Okay, but once WHO came up with a guideline, we understood what was required and how do we come up a mask that suits that guideline. So if you see AIR-PUR is made of 3 layers. Okay, the first layer, this is one of the sample of AIR-PUR. Maybe you just want to have a look. So basically, this is our AIR-PUR mask. If you see, the outer layer is what we call by a microfiber. Okay, microfiber is from the group of polypropylene, which is what is recommended by WHO. And in the middle, we have another non-woven, which is also a polypropylene layer, which is what we call by non-woven. Right? And the back is the cotton, which is comfortable to your face, and it can absorb water. So you want the outer layer to be water repellent, the middle layer, but the inner layer you want it to be absorb water. Do you know why? It's because as you talk, your droplets are going out, and it will be all absorbed here. But from the external, you don't want the water to come in. So that's why AIR-PUR is unique compared to any other fabric mask that is made home by the consumer directly.
It isn't only stylish, but it also does an amazing job in protecting everyone from spreading the virus. Now that there are various masks available, what do you think are the most effective way in finding an appropriate face mask?
The most important thing is for you to wear a mask that is very comfortable. For example, like AIR-PUR, when you wear, you could see that, you know, the ear loop, it covers your nose to your chin, and there's no hole that, you know, will have any infection that will come in, you know, and you have to easy to breathe. But the best way to try is to have a candle in front, light the candle, and you blow. Okay, and you blow. If the flame goes away, it's for you to change your mask. Okay, so by right, the flame will not go away. So that's how you choose the right mask.
Last but not least, this pandemic has taken the lives and jobs of many individuals. And now one way to protect ourselves is through wearing face masks constantly. How long do you think that we will need to continue wearing face masks?
If you see other parts of the world like Japan, in Vietnam, you know, they are already wearing masks, not because of the pandemic, but they know that when they go out, the environment is not clean. The pollution is very, very high, you know. But in Malaysia, slowly it becomes a new norm. That when you leave your house, you are now protecting yourself from the dust and also from the viruses. So I think it's a good habit that as we go out from our house to wear a mask. You know, and it's good for you to carry a mask wherever. It becomes like a mobile phone. You don't leave your house without a mobile phone. It's good for you to leave your house with a mask. All right, but of course you do not want to wear it for long hours, because sometimes it's very hard for you to breathe also. You know, like I mentioned, when you choose a fabric mask, ensure that you wear a mask that is easy for you to breathe. Right? Protection is good, but you need to make sure that you can breathe in the mask also, because it protects you from the virus. But if you cannot breathe, you have more problem from, you know, not be able to get enough oxygen. So if you ask me, it will be a new habit that you need to have with you. It's like carrying a handkerchief, you know, carry a mask, especially when you go to public places, because you don't want to catch a flu or, you know, coughing anywhere in the public places for this moment. But I think it's a good habit to carry forward through also, since now people acknowledge that when you wear a mask, you are normal, you know, because before this, when you wear a mask, people think that you're hiding something. Okay, but today, when you wear a mask, people understand that you respect those around you and also respecting yourself. So if you ask me, it's good to have this habit to always wear a mask.
Thank you, Joe, for sharing with us your thoughts on ensuring that the environment and people are safe during this toughest time. Till then, stay healthy and stay safe.
Thank you 12080 for inviting me, and I hope that more people would want to try AIR-PUR and do a comparison and see whether is it breathable and is it comfortable for them to wear. Thank you again.
Truelifesciences started off by distributing these face masks to their employees to ensure their safety before selling it to the public. But now these face masks are available to publics at true-lifesciences.com. The link will be in the description box below. If you're one of the many people who are still using disposable face masks, this would be the best time to opt for a fabric face mask and do your part to save the environment as well as protect yourself from COVID-19.